Pisces, and welcome to the Green Women Tarot. This is your weekly reading for the second week of November 2020. So that's from the 9th to the 15th of November. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the Oracle, and I'm using the Gaia Oracle today to draw a couple of cards just to start your reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom the mysterious Oracle has for Pisces for the second week of November. What messages are here for Pisces for the second week of November 2020? What does Pisces need to know? So I'll just choose a couple of cards. Take that pile and let's see. I think I'll take that one and that one. And let's see what you get. Healing. Reconnecting with your true nature. Oh, okay. So healing, and you get peace. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts as you reconnect with your true nature, finding who you truly are in your heart of hearts and returning to that, and dispelling any negative thoughts that are unwanted, disturbing, to provide clarity and warmth and healing. So there you have it, but let's see what the rest of the reading shows. And this is the Oak, Ash and Thorn Tarot that we're going to be using today for your reading. Oops, it's not the easiest to shuffle because it's... There you go. So let's see what's on the cards for Pisces for the second week of November 2020. What messages are here for Pisces for the second week of November? What does Pisces need to know? So I'll do an 8-card spread for you. The first 2 cards reveal you, where you are now in your situation, and the second cards highlight your challenges at this time. The following 2 cards will show some guidance from Spirit, and then the final 2 cards reveal your possible outcome for the week ahead. So let's see what you get. Ace of Swords, a moment of clarity, a decision. Let's see what else you have. The Page of Wands, nice. And your challenges, 3 of Cups. Oh, that's sad that that's a challenge. And 2 of Cups, all about relationships by the looks of it. And then here you will have your advice from Spirit. Letting go of past hurts, undisturbing thoughts even. And then this brings you to your outcome, where you've got the Fool for the new journey and Hanged Man. And the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, finding that true happiness, that fulfillment, that wish fulfillment that sense of accomplishment, and sleeping easy because of it. So where we are here, a moment of truth, an epiphany. I get a sense of like a declaration of something that has been made, something that's been spoken out, an important statement, or sense of needing to express that. And at the same time, and connected to that, is wanting to take a creative path in taking an idea and putting it into physical form, beginning to manifest it. So there's a sense of embarking on a creative venture, embracing your creativity with a sense that it's going to take you far, it's going to open possibilities for you, and perhaps ultimately bring you to this sense of accomplishment. But your challenges seem connected with interactions with people. You've got the Three of Cups, which is usually about celebrating success or achievement with friends, or simply and spontaneous celebration amongst comrades. But this is in a challenge position, so it sort of suggests that you're struggling to connect with your friends, with your tribe, in a sense of harmony and loyalty that sort of is lacking. So there's quite a sense of solitude here. You've also got the Two of Cups, which is about a union, a connection, a bonding. Again, it's in your challenge position, so it's like feeling disconnected, disassociated with people whom you normally feel connected to, and you know, part of your group, part of your tribe. So there's a sense of isolation here and solitude that has perhaps come with this moment of epiphany, or has caused it. Your advice for all this shows a need to work through some disappointment, some heartache, some loss. The Three of Swords is all about betrayal, heartache, and loss. So, you know, it suggests that you address these, you know, this pain, let it out. Because the message with the Three of Swords is this pain needs to be subjected to the elements in order to heal. And that's a metaphorical way of saying you need to acknowledge it, you need to work through it, to address it, air it in order to allow it to begin to heal, and to allow yourself to let it go. You've got this healing card here, reconnecting with your true nature. So, you know, this strange feeling I get from this is that this heartache connected to the sense of not feeling part of the crowd. Perhaps you've been betrayed, you've been hurt, and it's caused you some degree of isolation. And perhaps being in that crowd, being in that environment, meant that you needed to deny who you truly were, and perhaps acknowledging who you truly are, and coming out with that, declaring it, has caused some element of alienation from those that you normally feel close with. But it's in this reconnecting with yourself, even if it's at the cost of disconnecting with people that you hang out with, or people that you work with, or people that you felt you were part of a crowd. Perhaps that's what has to be let go. And you've got sort of right there at the end the Hangman, which talks a bit about putting things on hold, on, you know, sort of like letting go of being, anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, so perhaps you needed to let go of connection, a closeness, in order to reconnect with who you are and be yourself. So, you know, often when we run with a crowd, it's great, but sometimes you can lose part of your personal identity as you connect. And sometimes it's a good connection, other times it takes too much of who you truly are out of the equation, and you lose a sense of yourself. So perhaps, you know, finding a sense of yourself has the cost of feeling that your connectiveness towards others has been severed, or at least is not as strong as you thought it was. Yeah, and you know, the Five of Swords right next to the Three of Swords, it's all about that sense of, yes, it connects with people distancing themselves. It's often, sometimes it's called the Lord of Defeat. It's a hollow victory. It explains that while there's been an imbalance of power, and the stronger person has taken everything in quite a self-centered way and caused the alienation of others. So although he has everything, he has lost his comrades. So perhaps, you know, it's a sense that you've come to realize that there was an imbalance of power, a bit of one person using another within certain relationships or bonds that you've had. And that's a hard truth to acknowledge and to deal with, whichever side of the coin you're on. So there's a need here in your advice row to work through this difficulty, this pain, this betrayal, this sadness. And the sadness seems to be connected with an imbalance of power and of one person using another, or one person being overbearing towards another, pushing their weight around a bit, and it causes alienation, or people wanting to distance themselves from the stronger usurper, as it were. So that's difficult things to work through, but in working through that, you bring about healing, you reconnect with your true self and address what you, in your heart of hearts, want, especially with regards to relationships, as this reading does seem to be a lot about relationships. So where does this bring you if you manage to work through this, acknowledge the sense of defeat, the sense of betrayal? It brings you to a new journey, finding yourself on a new path. And, you know, on this new path, beginning again with a sense of faith that things will turn out as they're meant to be. The Fool is all about embarking on a journey, and, you know, in this reading, to me it's a sense of a journey of self-fulfillment, of finding out who you are and what you really want. And it's linked here with the Hanged Man, which, you know, is about sacrifice. The Hanged Man sacrifices himself. He puts himself in a precarious position, upside down usually, but this particular Hanged Man is simply clinging to a little flower. So he puts himself in this position in order to gain enlightenment, in order to see things from a different perspective. So as your outcome card, it suggests that you will see things differently. And from this experience, you will gain enlightenment, you will gain growth, you'll gain peace. You'll be able to work through these difficult thoughts, these disturbing thoughts. They'll melt away and you'll get clarity, vision, peace. And it brings you to a sense of contentment with yourself. Having attained that sense of peace, and then resting comfortably, being able, saying goodbye to all these worries, these difficult, disturbing thoughts and feelings that you work through. So it sort of shows you, the reading shows you basically having a moment of epiphany, and there's good to it as well as the difficulties, because it's opening up your creative side, and so your willpower, your desire, your sense of purpose is heightened by this moment of epiphany, by this moment of truth. And although it means you're struggling to feel that connectiveness that you have in the past, and that struggle may well be related to a sense of betrayal and a sense of being used, but it embarks you on a new path of self-discovery that brings you healing and peace and contentment at last, with a sense of enlightenment. So there you have it, Pisces, a journey within for you this week. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you, and if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and then have yourself a good week, and God bless you till we meet again.